What about space aliens? Alan Guth and John Gribben. John Gribben is a science writer, very sharp. Alan Guth is a top-tier physicist. They believe that eventually humans will evolve to the point where we can create a universe. And this universe is the creation of an antecedent or previous form of conscious life. So the universe has finely tuned laws. Why? Because aliens created our entire universe. Do you see what this is implying? This admits that we need a designer. Don't you see that? By saying aliens did it, as Ridley Scott of an explanation as that is, this still admits what? That it needs to be designed. It couldn't have happened by chance. It couldn't have happened by physical necessity. So what do you need? You need a designer. Is this a good explanation for the designer? Like if we had multiple people saying that, multiple suspects in a murder trial, and one suspect is 35 years old, very muscular, athletic, and he's being accused of beating a small guy to death. The other suspect is 4 years old. It's between those two. Which would you pick? Would you pick the guy who could actually beat someone to death, or the 4-year-old who would be beaten to death? This seems to me that we have two competing hypotheses. That's fine. Which makes the most amount of sense? You say, well, it has to be a natural designer. Why? Well, it has to be natural. Why does it have to be natural? Think about it like this. You come on the scene of a crime, and you're in the 1950s, and you're in Mississippi. At the scene of the crime, there's a dead white woman. And you look at the blood splatter, and you look at the, I don't know, they didn't have CSI back then, but it's an illustration. Go with me on this, okay? You look at the fingerprints and the whatever, and you go around and you take everything together and how she was hit and killed, and then you're like, okay, let's go find this guy who did this. And your commissioner, he pulls you aside and he says, McTaggart, which is your name, by the way, Detective McTaggart. All right, McTaggart. You say, yes, sir. He says, let's go out and find this son of a gun. Let's get him. And you're like, oh, yes, sir. Can't wait to find this guy. And as you turn to walk away, 1950s in Mississippi, your commissioner says, hey, let's just make sure whoever you find is black. Well, the question would immediately be raised in your mind, what if he isn't black? What if it was a white guy who killed this young woman? Well, if you could be prejudiced, racially speaking, and that would make you finger the wrong guy for the crime, that wouldn't be the evidence talking. That would be your personal prejudicial view talking. So all the evidence could point toward a white suspect and not the black suspect, but because of an a priori, pre-established presupposition of racial prejudice, I wouldn't follow the evidence where it goes to the one, I would go to the other. Follow me? Your prejudice could affect the way you view the evidence. That's all this is. It's a metaphysical prejudice. It's saying the cause must be naturalistic. Why? Because it can't be supernatural. Why not? That's the same as saying it needs to be a black suspect rather than a white suspect. That's all that's saying. It's showing more about you than about the evidence itself. Why would we only allow for natural designers and not supernatural beings? I'll take your question in a minute. The designer cannot come from within the universe. That's one of the biggest problems with this view. We're speaking about the constants and laws in the universe, space, time, matter, and energy. To say that an alien created it implies that the alien is outside of space, time, matter, and energy. So that alien needs to be a spaceless, timeless, immaterial, and incredibly powerful and incredibly intelligent being, which doesn't describe an alien, that describes God. That's the problem. It doesn't point in one direction, it points in the opposite direction.